Laurie McKenna is a country Americana singer-songwriter who dropped an album in 2016, The Bird and the Rifle, which was a pretty damn great album. I must admit though, I did leave it off of my 2016 best albums list back in late 2017 when I was making all those year-end lists, which was really fun to do, but I have since revised my year-end list and added it to it because it is such a wonderful, gorgeous country album. It's certainly a really lovely album to just put on any time, just for that sort of mood setting type feel, which I feel like will attract a lot of listeners, to be honest, because I know a lot of people out there don't really like country music, but I feel like that's the one album that you could gravitate towards and enjoy, just like a standard singer-songwriter album, to be honest. And I was pretty hyped and stoked for this new album from her, The Tree, which I must say isn't quite as enjoyable for me as The Bird and the Rifle. It doesn't have that atmosphere that album was able to conjure up. It just had such a warm sound, you know? And The Bird and the Rifle is very hard to replicate, and I don't feel as though The Tree has managed to succeed in that kind of way. I also don't feel as though the writing on this album is anywhere near as sharp and interesting to listen to. It's kind of ordinary in my opinion for the most part on this one. I mean, yeah, there's some pretty good topics. The opening track is basically, you know, talking about how the mother never rests and how, you know, so many things go through the day-to-day life of a mother, and, you know, we've got to praise mothers, man. I mean, good mothers anyway, because, you know, the good ones fucking are incredible. We cannot deny the importance of mothers. But yeah, this is a pretty nice track. It's a nice way to open out the album, but unfortunately the sound palette of the album is pretty samey throughout, I must admit. And it's not like I'm expecting a wild fucking ride of death grips, genre bending, mind numbing insanity, but I do feel like a lot of these tracks follow a very similar structure to one another. It's typically just a very simple guitar chord and progression. You know, Laurie's vocals over this really nice sounding instrumentation is very organic and it has a very lovely feel to it, and Laurie always sounds fantastic. It's very quiet, you know, her voice is playing over this really nice instrumental, and then at one point in the song her voice elevates to greater heights and the heavens open, and it's a really wonderful moment every time that happens. I have to really, like, I don't know, I just really perk up every time her voice just reaches newer heights, because it's such a highlight moment of each track. It's a very similar pattern on every song in my opinion. I don't really feel like anything is being done that's not already been done, and to be honest, I would much rather her belt out in that kind of vocal for the whole album. Perhaps I've just been spoiled with like Courtney Marie Andrews' album from earlier this year, which is probably going to be like the country album of the year at this point, but like, I don't know, I just felt like the songwriting was on point with that album, you know? Everything about the lyrics just felt so, like, so well made. Whereas here, nothing really pops out. It's all kind of just background. I don't really know what it is, but it's not really utilised to the best ability I think it could be, considering the last album she made was so much better than this. It's a pretty ordinary sound palette, and nothing really sticks out. I mean, people get old. Yeah, people do get old. What are you saying here that's not already been known to every person ever? It's not like it's filled with these amazing metaphors and amazing stories being told. I just don't get anything from it. The Tree, the title track, is again, you know, trying to play this sort of metaphor between the tree and life, and how, you know, the tree is planted where the seed has fallen and stuff like that, and I just don't gravitate to this, and I don't know what it is. I don't feel like I'm hearing anything that's noteworthy here. I don't know if it's like a generational thing, and perhaps when you're older, like around the age of Laurie McKenna, you'd feel like you look back on life and understand what she's saying, but I don't know, man. That's a very specific thing to appeal to, and I don't really feel like I need to be a certain age to really get this songwriting. You Won't Even Know I'm Gone has the most banal and ordinary songwriting I've heard in a while. Like, it's basically just talking about ordinary stuff that goes on in your day-to-day life. I do think she's playing like a very motherly role in this song, talking about her children and the things that she does for them. But yeah, it just really is uninteresting to the very highest degree to me. I think the saving grace of this album is how it sounds. It's really nice, but it's nowhere near on par of how good we got from her previously. So I'm just not really that impressed with everything here. I think country fans are going to love this, but I think you're going to be overrating this one because it's not really that special in my opinion. But that's just me. I'm going to go 6 out of 10. It's fine, okay at times. But, you know, maybe 6 out of 10's reaching, you know, I don't know. It's not something I feel like I'm going to return to. Let me know your thoughts. It's a decent album. It sounds really lovely. Everything about the instrumentation is pretty damn good. Just the songwriting, for the most part, has nothing that I could feel like I'd ever want to return to. Let me know your thoughts on this album. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. Have a good day. Listen to The Bird and the Rifle because that's a really good album.